I read. That's interesting. That's an interesting idea. I agree. You don't need the whole 9 to 5 to finish your topics because your tasks.
Yeah. I lay on the scare, you gotta glow, you gotta glow. She had my attention, she gotta know.
I'd like to welcome everyone to another episode of the Let's Get podcast. I'm your host Zeke, and this episode I have my friend that goes by the name of Water to talk about how he adjusted to the COVID-19 pandemic. I'd like to give a content warning for any strong language used in this episode, and hope you have a nice day and enjoy the show.
They're gonna become depressed. They're gonna become crazy. They're gonna go outside and cause chaos.
Yeah.
You know.
The thing is also that the other ones, they weren't as easy transmitted as this one because this one is the main problem is the asymptomatic people who may be sick but they don't know because they don't have any symptoms.
Right.
That's like the main difference because every other one was like, oh, you're sick, you'll know that you're sick and then just keep away from you. That's how easy to contain it. But with this one, since anybody could be sick, then you just like you can't. No, it's better for nobody to move until you figure out.
They had I think the first case that was documented was around like December.
Yeah.
I think in China or something.
Yeah, I heard about it back then.
Yeah, so then it spread, and most people brushed it off. But now, with this quarantine goes on, there's another theory for a train of thought. They want people at home unable to vote until past November. And you know what happens in November?
Election, and then election.
And that's the presidential election. So if we're unable to vote for somebody, like the voting even matters, what do you think is going to happen?
Then you have like a wartime president where you kind of just keep going on.
They either hire Trump again, and you know how he's running things, or they hire another puppet that either goes against what's going on now or just continues.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, shit's fucked.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
It's fun?
It's more not fun, it's more like interesting. Not much to do.
Oh, that's definitely interesting. In about 20, 30 years, we're going to be talking about this to our kids.
Like back in my day.
We had an orangutan as a president. Shit.
The whole world stood still.
Another thing I read, what was that? Like right now, I don't know if you invest in stocks. Stocks are fucking, they're rising. Like people are making money.
Yeah.
People who sell guns and ammunition are making money.
Oh, definitely.
They always make money, but people who are selling those K95 masks, those fucking medical surgical masks that go for like 50 cents a piece, people are inflating the shit out of it. Like what they did with insulin. They're making money. Fucking who else is making money right now? I don't know. Is crypto making money? I think crypto's on the rise too. I believe. And like the large corporations, they're getting multi-billion-dollar bailouts right now. And we're waiting for our $1,200 stimulus check. You get yours yet?
My mom got it. I found I wasn't dependent on her, so my mom got it.
Oh, okay. So she got what, like 1,900, right, or 17 or some shit?
Something, I don't know.
Yeah. Word.
So
yeah,
what happened? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I started recording, so whenever we finish, we can start the episode and then.
Yeah, what do you mean? Like start what episode?
Like just start the episode. I just started recording when we first started, but I started recording, so whenever.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. You want to start the episode?
No, we can keep talking. I have all day.
You know how busy I am. I got presidential meetings out here. I gotta go travel to the kitchen. And then go take a dump eventually. Visit the different continents of my apartment.
Well, just sucks for those people who lost their jobs, and then that's
Yeah,
one more
man.
thing to worry about.
A lot of people lost their jobs, bro. The fucking unemployment rate went up. I think I don't have an exact number, but that shit went up like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I was like, oh, these are new
So
numbers.
yo,
Huh?
you still get paid on the books for your you still get paid on the books for the tutoring, right?
Yeah. I'm a staff member for Baruch.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't. So you can't file unemployment right now.
Nope, I'm technically still working.
No. Word. So when you tutor, you just do the same thing like we're doing now, right?
Yeah, just Zoom. I send a Zoom invite. We do some questions, answer
Word.
some things, and then we done for an hour. On to the
What
next one.
made you get into public affairs? Because I fuck with public affairs and history heavy.
That was because my boss asked me what topics I can choose,
Okay.
and then I sent him my transcript, and he just assigned me to public affairs. So I was like, okay.
I mean, there has to be a reason why. I mean, if you're gonna tutor somebody, you got to be good at the subject.
Oh, but when I took it, I took like Marco the Center, and that public affairs was more of like U.S. history and like facts about the government. So I kind of had a basis of that already. So when I did it, I was like, all right, this isn't really much new.
Okay, so it's like supplementing what you learned in high school.
Yeah.
But I had my public affairs professor was this old white dude. He was like 5'11", 6 feet. He loved golf, but our exams, bro, we had to memorize president 1 through 50, what political party they were in. We would have to memorize terms and like events throughout history. It was about a full 2 pages, like a 1 page back and forth of terms we had to memorize per midterm.
Yeah.
Per exam. That's like 200, 300 things we got to memorize per exam, bro.
Yeah, mine wasn't like that.
It was like that.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
It was
Word.
like.
Yeah, that was one of my harder classes, but I genuinely enjoyed it. So it was alright.
History always been like my third favorite subject.
What's your two favorite?
Math and science.
Okay. I would say history, and then science. Math would be third. Yeah, I was decent at math. I wasn't the best.
I was
B plus, like some shit like that.
Never took math in Baruch.
You never took math at Baruch?
Nah, I had AP credit in high school.
Oh shit! Okay, I took what did I take? I think I took calc and pre-calc. Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably high school then, right?
Huh?
You took AP Cal in high school then, right?
Yeah, junior year.
Word, fam. So yeah, bro, like what's today? Sunday?
Yeah.
On Friday, fucking Ramadan started. You know, out of nowhere, my mom I peeped that shit on Google Calendar. Google Calendar fucking send me an alert saying, "Yo, Habibi, yalla, oil prices are low, and you gotta fast today." And I didn't fast that day, but today I did my first day. The whole day, bro, fucking from sunrise to sunset. I didn't eat nothing. I didn't eat nothing, bro. I did my taxes. I did a little bit of work for my job. I did like a portfolio for my job, and I played fucking Witcher 3. I don't even play video games, bro, but I bought that game. It was on an auction on eBay.
Yeah.
It was like a $50 some shit, like the $50 thing. I got it for like $18, and there's about 200 to 300 hours of gameplay in there. So, I mean, at this time, there ain't really much to do, bro. I'm just like, Pete, I'm gonna show you my books. All I've been doing right now is just studying. Like, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
I can see. Yeah.
Yeah. So all I've been doing is like studying this LSAT prep, test masters, fucking Lao Tzu and all that. You wanna know a tricky question that's on the LSAT logic?
Go ahead.
What happens once a year but twice a week?
Once a year, but twice a week.
Yeah. That should be the first line of this episode. Yo, mental fucking, you know? Then your viewers will be thinking about that the whole fucking time. Like, what the fuck is the answer to it? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let you think about it because these are the kind of brain puzzles they fucking give you.
I remember
It's like,
one of my coworkers was studying for that outside a couple of years ago.
yeah.
He had those questions. I was like, better than me.
Bro, it's one of the most hardest exams. I think, at least with medical, on the medical exam, everything is pretty much linear. You just have to know how to apply certain concepts. With this, you got to think outside the fucking box just to find conclusions. 1 + 1 isn't always 3. I mean, 2. See, being math.
You're like, math wasn't me.
Yeah. Word, fam. So when you figure out the answer, let me know.
I think I heard this before, but I can't remember.
Good. So yeah. So it's like a 4-hour exam, 3-hour exam. Each section is fucking timed. It's like a legal SAT.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, same shit.
That's why I ain't going to school anytime soon. No GMAT, nothing like that.
So you're taking online classes. So semester's not over yet, right?
No, I graduated.
Oh, word, last year?
Yeah, I graduated last year, 2019.
Oh, with me then, in the spring. Yeah. Bet. Oh shit, okay. So yeah, I just don't know how people are handling this. I guess if people are graduating this year, how are they just gonna get their diploma mailed or some shit, or?
Yeah, they signed a petition to try to push back graduation.
Mm.
Got that on my phone. I'm looking at it.
I think people should get a refund too, especially if they're dorming.
Oh
get
yeah,
a refund from that. That's only fair. Like dorming is like close to $10,000 a semester, 5,000.
I know. Baruch's in an email about like the different things they're doing. For like, if you graduated, they give you all your money back, and if you're not, they give you credit for next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, man. So besides your software, your website, like in this past like month and a half, man, how you been staying sane?
I've been playing Spider-Man PS4. I started playing that this week.
Okay.
Well, last week.
All right.
I had it since 2018. I bought it the day of, but just never had time to play it.
Word.
So I finished the main story.
Mm-hmm.
How
many hours?
It's probably like 20, something like
20?
that.
Oh, so it's a quick game then. Shit.
Yeah. And they I haven't beat the map yet because there's different tasks to do in the map of New York City.
So like side quests.
Yeah. Once I finish that, then I'm gonna do the DLC.
So is it accurate? Like when you fly through Manhattan, are you like, yo, I siped over there. I smoked a fatty over there.
Like, is that Baruch? I see Baruch.
Go pop up at Baruch, right to the corner stop. You're gonna see 5 niggas smoking a blunt. Just like old time. Shit.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Imagine. Word.
That's pretty cool.
So on your podcast base, do they know that you safe? Or are you pro legalization or are you conservative?
I don't smoke myself, but like I'm pro legalization because I don't know. I think it's one of the things where if there are, I don't know any I'm not well versed in any of this, but if there is research where it helps people calm down, it's better than like painkillers stuff like that. Then I think people should be able to.
Okay.
And then that's like where my basis is.
All right. So tell me, like what's your for your podcast? I see your sweater. It says "Let's gather together." Let's gather podcast.
Yeah.
Let's gather podcast. So what's your like theme? Like what's your drive? What do you want to do with the podcast?
When I decided, it was more like I didn't know what I was going to do during the summer of 2019. So when I was trying to figure out what to do, I spoke to one of my public affairs professor. He was helping me like my resume and stuff, career help. And then he said to do like information interviews with people.
Okay.
And then I decided to make that into a podcast 'cause I didn't know what to ask and what I didn't know what to ask.
Just
then,
learning.
Yeah. Because I was trying to do like marketing stuff like that, but he was like, he don't see me sitting like at a desk and working.
Right. Okay. They make money though, marketing. Some of them.
Oh yeah.
Like I have a marketing and creative team. Like some of them make close to 80 to 110,000 plus like signing bonuses.
Yeah.
You know, so there's money to be made, bro. But you know, if it's not for you, ain't nobody gonna force it.
Yeah, that's why I studied after I changed my major the second time. But with that, then I was like, let me make a podcast because like I knew a bunch of people, and then all my friends were starting doing their own small projects, and then I could use that as like momentum to like promote them, and then promote myself at the same time. And then when it came down to like just picking who it was just everybody in Baruch who was like right next to me for the first season. I was like, all right, you're here and I'm here, and we can just do it.
Right. Okay. All right. So the main project is to just learn from each other and build.
Yeah.
Okay. I could fuck with that. You expanded towards YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Is that your main medium?
I have it both like audio and video, and then YouTube is growing slowly, and then like different audios are just in all the different platforms, like Spotify and Apple.
Bill, the more views you get, maybe like 3 to 5 months, 3 to 6 months, you could get a sponsorship of a video game or of anything really, and they'll pretty much pay you, and you'll be making money while learning and building with the collaboration of people.
Yeah, that's why for like this season, I was opening up to like more people, and then they had like professionals on there now and stuff like that. So I'm just slowly just building up my network.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. Just clean my chair real quick. There you go. I get to sit properly.
Yeah. Because I was going to like go to like different events and stuff like that this year.
Bro.
Meet people and travel, give wristbands, stuff like that. But with everything that's kind of happened.
Where'd you want to travel to?
No, like just like for like to promote the podcast or like different events.
And like like at Baruch.
Not at Baruch, outside Baruch and everything. Just like if I was going to like Eventbrite and just like look up like here's an event, and I can just meet people. That was my plan, but
okay, collaborate with intellectuals. You know, maybe some ladies too. You know what I mean? Like, hey, how you doing?
Because the first guest for this season, she has like her own workshop she does on like Thursdays, and she invited me to one, but then it kind of got canceled because of all the health reasons. But
right.
But like once everything opened up, see if that opens again, and then I can go there and meet people there, and then just expands the network, expands the viewers, and stuff like that.
So slowly, like with what's going on, like how do you see yourself like growing? How do you see your brand growing?
With that, it's more focused on this season, and then learn from last season. It's like last season was more straightforward with me to try to figure out what my workflow was. I didn't have one at that time, and then with that, it's just more of just like once I now I had the 2 week to 1 break I get between seasons. It gives me time to like record, and then I can edit.
Okay.
And now I edit, then I can become more consistent because I don't have to like find the clips during like the season. I could just have everything for each episode in the folder, and then when the time comes, I could just plug it into the different medias, and then I become more consistent, then more people will see it, and then more people have a rhythm of what you want to, how you move.
Right. And also another thing is this goes against, I guess, journalistic integrity. Pero headlines are very important.
Yeah.
Very important. Because let's say I'm taking a dump or I'm on the train or something or walking and I'm going through Facebook or YouTube or whatever, I'm just looking at different headlines, photos, tags, events, da da da. But then I see, okay, I'm gonna look at yours because I have that bias that you're my boy, you're my homie. So I'm obviously gonna click it and then check it out. But then people who don't know you, a good headline is an attention grabber, and then first 30 seconds of your podcast should keep them interested in listening to you. That's how you, I guess, you expand your market. Have more viewers, eventually more sponsors, and then just build. Let's gather podcasts. You know.
Right now, just refining. Then we use this season to refine everything, and then probably like third season is more of like expansion.
Okay, I got you. That works.
Just hammering in all the small details.
Yeah, when you think this thing is gonna clear up?
I have no idea when it's gonna clear up because my son was asking me that, and I was like, probably fall is still gonna be similar with the schools gonna be like closed because even that's a big group of people to be around, and that's too much. I think smaller things are gonna start opening up where you can distance.
Okay.
But
like
my timetable, like probably barbershops, but like even then, you gotta be. I think like small businesses.
Bro, I don't usually grow my hair out this long, bro. Like you've seen me with the basketball haircut and maybe like a 4 or 5. Right now I'm looking like DJ Khaled's cousin out here.
Yeah. I was growing my hair out anyway, but I need my size to cut. I'm trying to get my braids back.
Word. I need a tape up. I need a fade.
Yeah, and I'm just like, but I think small businesses where you can distance, because in the barbershop we can limit it to like 10 people in the shop, depending on the size.
Word.
But like big events and stuff like that, I don't see it happening anytime soon. I think next year probably it would be like when we could start opening up, like probably like in the summer we could start opening up.
Next year.
Yeah, like 2023.
Sam, so you're actually closer to Fauci's prediction. He's saying 18 months.
Yeah, because the thing is, since we don't know who's sick and who's not, the minute a bunch of people get close together and then separate.
Snowball effect.
Yeah, we've seen that with Florida when everybody went to the beach and then all the students in the university, not all of them, but like a good majority of them had corona after that.
I read this article. I'm not sure if it was on Bloomberg.com or the New York Times, but we'll talk about 2 articles.
Yeah.
The first article was on the 1920 Spanish flu.
Mm-hmm.
The government made a mistake of letting people out too early. And in the following week, after people were let out, 192,000 people were killed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of fucking people, bro, especially in 1920.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people now, but 1920, that's like,
only 1 million people, not 1 billion people on Earth. I looked it up.
Yeah, not even 1 billion. You said, wait, how much was there? What was the total population?
For the world, 1 billion. So around a little over 1 billion.
So, and right now, how much are we? Like 4 or 6?
We had 7 point something.
4 or 7. So right now we're roughly 7 times more the population as it was in 1920.
Yeah.
So 192 times 7 is roughly 1.35 million people.
Yeah.
How many people died within a week of letting everybody back into public?
Yeah. So we just gotta be careful.
You understand the correlation data now? So if let's say, yeah, exactly. So if we let people out too early, people are gonna get sick again, and then the fucking cycle gets even worse.
I think it might be an endemic where it's just another part of life that we have to live with, like the flu. Not like 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 we live with the flu. Like we don't have a cure for the flu, right?
Yeah.
So we just all expect that every year people are gonna get the flu, people are gonna get sick. So that's why I'm thinking with corona that it's gonna be like another thing where we just this is like the shock, but once it become an everyday part of life, then we kind of get normalized. It gets normalized, and we don't think about it as much.
Bruh, like MJ, he got AIDS, right? He had AIDS.
Who?
Magic.
Yeah, you said MJ. I was confused. I was like,
yeah, my bad. Magic, yeah. Magic. He had AIDS. That was like in the 90s, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Yo, I read articles and saw documentaries on like, yo, he was almost as promiscuous as Wilt. Wilt would be fucking like 8 to 10 girls a day.
Yeah.
Before games, after games, he
Hmm.
was clean. 1990, Magic's doing like maybe similar numbers, and he got AIDS, right?
Hmm.
But he's alive.
Yeah.
He has resources, like, as in money, and probably connections with certain higher ups.
Hmm.
I believe they already have cures to cancer, AIDS, and all of that. This coronavirus, I believe they do have a cure to it, but only a select like room of people know about it. Because money, if let's say a cure for cancer was made public, like chemotherapy is like $100,000 treatment,
Hmm.
and that's how people like Bill Gates and Melinda Gates make money from selling medicine.
Yeah.
So like the public is stupid, so they could tell the public whatever they want. But I put pieces together, bro. Like, and this makes me think like this government doesn't really want the best for us, fam.
Yeah. You can see that with certain decisions when they was like, oh, this is gonna happen to the economy, so let's dump all our stocks, and I was like, huh? I was like,
Yeah.
makes sense. But even with
What
that,
else?
there's a lady who cured, I think it was HIV or inside rats, something like that in UK.
Mm.
People are getting like treatment with it in the UK, like different countries. So they're doing like, well, for like the public view, they're making progress.
Well, I hope, bro. Like you looked at Dr. Sebi, and we looked at his treatments, his natural alkaline, high alkaline pH level
Hmm.
diet that naturally cleans out your body. And
Yeah.
then within like close to the peak of his marketing and expansion, he was killed. I mean, was he killed or did he die of natural causes?
I think he died.
Natural causes, right?
I think so.
Or
I don't think he was killed.
okay,
I don't remember hearing anything about that.
so yeah, so scratch that. So I read another article
Hmm.
by a credible source, New York Times, that said the COVID-19 like testing tubes, right? The fucking syringe that they put all the way to the back of your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
that fucking big ass syringe. The New York Times, you can look it up right now. Anybody who's watching, Let's Get Together podcast. Um, there's a thing that said there was, I believe, a percentage of the treatment, the swabs, that already had COVID on it.
Yeah.
So while they're doing tests to people, putting it all up their nose and whatever, they're promoting and expanding the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Intentionally, unintentionally, I don't know, even though I'm pretty sure it is intentional. This gets me frustrated, bro. Like the more I do, the more digging I do,
Yeah.
the more mad I get. Like the government don't give a fuck about it.
Oh no. We're numbers.
Hmm?
We're numbers.
We have numbers. I mean, that's the idea of revolution. But most people and their lazy ass is not gonna revolt. They're people who are educated yet uninformed are the
Hmm.
ones that would believe, maybe not educated, but they would believe everything that the government tells them and not even want to do anything about it. And then those who are informed and want to do something, they're worried about their day-to-day necessities, like their bills, putting
Hmm.
food on the plate, you know, shit like that. So those are two variables that are stopping revolution, bro. But it is necessary, and I think it's gonna happen.
Now, just the only thing about that is how do we stop from going back to where we originally had if we
What do
do
you mean?
revolt?
Like,
Like most people aren't happy with the system now, but if we revolt,
right?
how do we prevent that same system from coming in, or not even the same system, but like the same problems coming in again?
Um, so you look at history, right? There's every
Yeah.
single empire, every single society, every single civilization.
Hmm.
There are ups and downs. There's golden eras, and then there's times of
Yeah.
famine and like poverty, right?
Hmm.
And during each cycle, there's
Yeah.
either world war and expansion,
Hmm.
or internal revolution.
Yeah.
Like Persian Empire, Ottoman Empire, Mongol Empire. There was an eventual point where somebody from the inside or something within the inside internal infrastructure led to a crack of the mirror of the
Yeah.
whole puzzle. And like Rome, Caesar was killed within. He was poisoned or whatever. I don't know the
He was
details, but he
stabbed.
was killed from his crew.
He
He
was
was stabbed,
stabbed.
yeah,
Yeah.
from somebody that was in his house, in his like
He was stabbed by
domicile,
a
like
bunch of people.
yeah. And what else? You got no. There's a couple of societies like that. Well, fuck. Let's look at one that's very relative to us. 1700s. We left Europe because we didn't like what was going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were persecuted religiously and all of that. We left Europe on the Mayflower and then came over here and pretty much committed genocide and killed all the Native Americans. But that's a whole different. I'm not going to lead to that side of the topic. But
yeah,
we didn't like what was going on in Europe. We left and led our own society in a new location. That's a form of evolution.
Yeah.
And then once the Europeans came here and started war, we defended ourselves against them. And then couple like 100 years later, there was a civil war with slavery.
Yeah.
Slaves did not like what was going on to them. The white man pretty much entitled and used the Bible and said, white is good, black is bad, and slavery is justified. You know?
Yeah.
That happened for how long until people said, fuck that, I don't want that to happen no more.
Well, a good number of years, but like it was also like those small rebellions, but like it was kind of like it was just a different part. It wasn't like one collective thing. But even then, you still have like prison, which is people can still count as slavery. For prison labor.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. It's like it's a similar form of it. I'm just showing you examples of how there's happiness and there's the cycles of civilization. It's like happiness, thriving, building, growing.
Yeah.
And there's a point where naturally something fucks up. Either somebody gets too greedy, or there's like a disease, or war, or some shit, and the cycle starts over again.
Yeah.
Due to that break. So, given the patterns of fucking history since the beginning of man, it's gonna happen again. There's gonna be a revolution within the next 50 years. I believe that.
Oh yeah,
maybe our kids.
Yeah, there's been like revolts all around the world last year and the year before that, where every other country just had people protesting and stuff like that.
More like in fucking Egypt, like in between 2007 to like 2015, there was waves of rebellion.
Yeah.
We did not like what was going on with government. The OG, I forgot his name. He was just doing a bunch of backdoor deals.
Yeah.
But he would just take money and not give a fuck about the people, you know? And that was one location. We had a revolution in Argentina and South America with Che Guevara. We had, even in fucking China right now, the students in Shanghai are rebelling against the communist state.
Yeah, free Hong Kong, that stuff, yeah.
So, this is interesting. So you have China, you have Wuhan, all the bullshit going on over there. You have the student rebellion going on and protests going on in Shanghai. Then you have the shit where they're detaining Muslim civilians. I don't know if you read about that.
I heard about it.
They're called the Uyghur Muslims. So China right now, they have a bunch of shit going on under the umbrella of communism. And right now, during the coronavirus, where all of these third world countries are like, fuck.
Yeah.
The economy is fucking staggered, and the people are living and they can't work, right? So China right now is giving them money, like, hey, here's $50 million, but I own you pretty much, in a nice way. You know, they're increasing their sovereignty where they're like, okay, you need help right now. Here's $100 million, but in the future, when I need something, I own you, or something like that. Like that. That's pretty much what the contract is saying.
That's in Africa right now.
It makes me in Africa too, bro. Like shit. Oh man, this makes me very pessimistic about the overall motives of our government, which is why I'm studying law.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I want to know the rules of the game, so ain't nobody gonna try to G me. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Even if somebody fucks with you, somebody legally tries to fuck with you. You know, a lawyer is like $200-300 a fucking hour. Just hit
Yeah.
me up. Be like, yo, this is what's going on. Give me like a quick 90-second, like skeleton of what's going on, and I'll help you
Mm-hmm.
out. Just like buy me some chicken parm or some shit.
Yeah,
I got you.
there's a lot of hidden rules that people don't know because
Yeah.
of access, and then you just gotta, as you grow up, you kind of figure out like, okay, this is how people. Not everybody was built the same, and not everybody's
Mm.
on the same playing field, but you gotta rise to that challenge.
Bruh, yo, I was talking about this with my other homie the other day. Like, yo, in high school, we learn about fucking sedimentary rocks,
Yeah.
right? But we after that class, you ever fucking needed to know what the fuck a sedimentary rock was?
Nope.
Ever?
Oh no, I haven't heard that word since like 5th grade. It's like,
Since that grade, right?
yeah.
Yo, they teach us about some bullshit fucking.
It was like,
No, they teach us about those bullshit ass rocks,
mm-hmm.
but they don't teach us about taxes. They don't teach us about investments. They don't teach us about like how to build your money and not be homeless. You know.
Yeah.
So things like this show me the motive, the
Mm-hmm.
grand motive, the big picture of what the government wants. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
Oh yeah, it's easy to
But
make
yeah,
work.
man.
School is made for like to make you make workers. It wasn't meant to make like geniuses. But that's why you're gonna see like people who like invent things kind of are out the normal
Mm.
because you have to have that kind of mindset to be like, I'm gonna do this and this never been done before. But
Right.
I see it in my head and I'm gonna make it a realization.
Mm.
Like this is a special kind of mindset you gotta have, like a tunnel vision to get there. And the school is meant for like everybody learns all the same things and you all kind of go into the same the same pockets.
Mm. As a
Until you,
robot.
yeah, until you get to even college is different, but even then you still have like the same structure.
Yeah, word. The same structure, just different subjects.
Yeah.
One's a lawyer, one's an engineer, one's a doctor. You know,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really promote creativity. It makes us more submissive.
Yeah.
Like with the bell, like Pavlov's bell that trains dogs.
Yeah.
And you know how in like college, not college, in like high school
Like,
and middle school and like public school, we have the bell that tells us when to stand up and go
yeah.
somewhere else. So it's like a submissive form of like
Mm-hmm.
mind control.
Yeah. It's just like this is what you do, and you just work in the set. And then most people like this doesn't work for me, and then you kind of have to figure outside the box. That's why
Word.
when I was talking to my professor, I would agree to him that I don't see myself sitting like a desk, but like most jobs I've seen was just like this is a desk job, unless you want to be like artist, but then you hear about the struggling artists and stuff like that, or the starving artists. Then you kind of have to figure out what you call it, how to like what job does that be, like
Mm.
what. And I think with Corona right now, it's gonna force people to reevaluate things like that because they have to be prepared for anything that happens like this, and then more jobs are gonna be like more things like
Mm.
because like I I don't know if I heard this one like most jobs you don't need all like the 9 to 5 to do everything. A lot of times you get it done in
Right.
the morning.
You definitely don't need the whole 9 to 5 to finish your finish your topics.
Yeah, so you just do like most of it in the morning, and then like anything else could be like to make shorter days, and you don't need a 5 day like 5 to 7 day week for most jobs. You can just cut it down to like 4, and then this is like
Mm.
forcing people. This is like forcing jobs to like think about like costs and then emergency. Like if people need to be separated, how can we do this online where we don't have to meet
Word.
for like a meeting that means nothing at the end of the day for most people.
Mm. Word. That's an interesting idea. I agree. You don't need the whole 9 to 5 to finish your topics, because your tasks. Excuse me. Because when I go to work, I'm given like a set portfolio and guidelines of the task I have to do. I might have like 4 to 5 projects to work on. I would have to find research for project one. I would have to find locations for project two. I would
Mm-hmm.
have to call certain people. This all could be done if I really tried, realistically, in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, so if I start at 9, I would finish at 12, go on an hour or half an hour lunch. That still gives me 4.5, 4 hours to pursue something else, like a side hustle,
Mm-hmm.
school, or go running or working out, or something else. You know,
Yeah.
like what's it called in Japan? They tried out the 4-day work week, and the
Mm-hmm.
level of happiness increased 28% after like fucking a month.
Yeah. Because you could see like from
Yeah.
like the 80s and stuff like that, it was like more like everybody in the cubicle. You see the old movies like everybody's in the cubicle, everybody's in the computer, everybody just like 80, 90 movies, everybody just working. And it's
Right,
like
right, right.
it's more competition. And now you see more, and now here it's more collaboration
Mm,
and it's more open space because in the marketplaces I've been to, it's not cubicle, but everybody has like their computer, like their space, and like it's kind of specialized to their liking. Because some people have curved computers, some people have standing desks and stuff like that. And I think this is going to force us another evolution of how the workspace looks.
okay. So based on those two different settings, the 1980s workplace versus 2020s workplace.
Hmm.
I mean, happiness is a question, but also what about production?
I haven't looked into that, but I think it's more productive. I think right now it's more productive because more people, if you're happier with your job, then you're most likely to do it and you're most likely to
Mm,
do it enthusiastically. Compared to if you just like, it's more
okay.
competition. The minute you're not number one, you're going to feel
Mm,
bad for yourself and then you're going to slowly but surely like lose interest and then leave, not like leave the job physically, but leave it mentally.
okay.
And
I
then,
can see that.
then it becomes a big turnaround for the job. Like people are going in, but they're getting burnt out quickly.
Yeah.
And they have to spend money
And I
on
mean,
hiring people.
word. Also, a plus to that is people live longer if they're
Hmm.
happier and if they're producing more.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Mm, that's an interesting concept. But think about that ideology, especially with the old school conservative CEOs and heads of conglomerates. They
Yeah.
want production, production, production. They want you to work, work, work like a
Yeah.
slave and make them and their shareholders money.
Hmm.
So it's hard to get that cultural change. There's some places that are like that, like WeWork. Even though
Yeah.
WeWork is I think going bankrupt, but
Yeah.
there's there's a couple of um, companies that are taking that workplace environment into check.
Hmm.
Like especially in the West Coast. Like in the West Coast, a lot of offices and office buildings they have like shit like fucking Google.
Hmm.
Google has a fucking big ass complex that's like a university type place in San Francisco near Silicon Valley, where their workers live in this pretty much this big town that's Google Town. I don't know the name of it, but it's pretty much like a Google Town where the
Yeah.
buildings are at location X. They have apartment locations, literally like a 5 minute bike ride from the building. They have
Hmm.
restaurants. It's like a mini city, pretty much. You know.
Hmm.
So and they have like a playground. They have games. They have a bunch of stuff. Thing
Yeah.
is, they have the luxury to do that because they have all this money. They got Google money.
Yeah.
Like me and you, let's gather podcast. We can't fucking do that. But I do agree. I believe that more companies should transition into that level of like work environment.
Yeah.
People aren't miserable, but they're producing and they're happy.
Because people who work at like the big four, they burn out a lot, and then they move to like smaller companies,
Yeah.
or they just need that name on their resume to get the next job.
Bro, I interned at Goldman Sachs my sophomore year. It's there's money there.
Yeah,
There's old generation money there, but they treat you like fucking shit, bro. It's like get me this, this, and this, and this. I don't give a fuck about you. You know, it's just you're pretty much a means to an end.
yeah.
There's not much value there, you know. And I was gonna graduate 2 years after that. And I did not want to work there or intern there for another 2 years without a full time or a part time offer that's
Hmm.
being paid. And they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So I told myself, is it worth being somebody's bitch for 2 years
Hmm.
just to get 80 racks when I graduate? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? When I can get something right before I graduate and get 72 racks starting and then grow from there after I get my law degree.
Hmm. You just gotta figure out
Yeah.
because for some people could just push it out for like a second, like okay, 2 to 5 years. Okay, I
Mm.
could deal with this, get the money, and then scale down and then live comfortably. But others they kind of need that
Mm.
community. Because with marketing, they're all community right now, like more community based and more open spaces.
Word.
When I was interning, I pretty much didn't have to wear like professional clothes or even business casual. I was business
Okay.
casual at first, and then I started slowly dressing down. I got more comfortable. So wearing my sneakers again, and then so just like was able to like
You want
move.
them PJs?
Nah,
SpongeBob PJs?
not that comfortable.
Word. Shit. You know, I would be gangster though. Imagine waking up as a CEO of your company, then going straight into your box and like Gucci slippers and like fucking Egyptian cotton and silk fucking drawers.
Yeah.
Or straight into work and be like, yo, this is my company. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Mm-hmm. It depends. That would be more like a power move if we do like a business transaction, and you want to mess with whoever else is
Mm,
next, whoever you're negotiating with.
mm,
You'd be like, yeah, you'd be like, I did this. Like, I can do this because I would have more money.
word.
Or it'd be like a joke to the company. Everybody's dressed up. And like, everybody's like, they didn't want to say anything
Mm.
because like you're the boss. But everybody's like, is that okay?
Well, if you're making me money and being productive, I don't care. Now, this is an interesting question. If you were able to make a company right now, what kind of company would it be? Like anything. It doesn't matter if it was done already, but let me like what kind of company would it be?
I would say media because media touches a little bit of everything, and it gives
Okay.
me more.
Communication.
Yeah, it gives me more to. I get exposed to more different things. I'm not just
Okay.
stuck in like one mindset,
Okay.
and I like creativity. I like creative things. So with media, you there's different things you can focus on, like of course online, like television stuff like that, and then like marketing. So like you could have your hands in different things.
Okay. What would the name of your company be?
I don't know. I didn't get that far. I'm thinking about but even with the podcast, I'm thinking about making it bigger, but having like a
Okay.
name above it, like a
Like
me.
what?
I don't even know, but that's just more like a couple of years out ideas. Is like as I keep growing to make the podcast bigger and then have like the different versions under it. Because this I'm not sure you heard about like Earn Your Leisure. This is a podcast that I listen to a lot
Hmm?
where they earn your leisure.
Okay.
It's a podcast I
Earning
listen to.
leisure, like
Like
okay.
yeah, so pretty much a business podcast I listen to where they started as a podcast and then they expanded to like now they have like different events and stuff like that. And they have like their
Okay.
own like
Okay.
on your leisure university where the guests come in and they speak to the like online they speak to the different people who pay for like the university
Hmm.
thing. So like an online university in a sense.
Okay.
So like I was thinking about that more like expanding and then building and then branding myself differently because they took off podcasts from their name from just kept that Earn Your Leisure because they're not just a podcast. They have a bunch of different things.
So that's like the evolution of the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's your next step. So right now you're a Charmander level
Yeah.
15.
They come on Charizard, but let me go
Yeah,
Charmander first.
word. We gotta go steps. We gotta train. And eventually we get to Smash Misty, right?
Because I think before the app, in the meantime, I'm gonna make like a PDF or like a book about how to start your own podcast. Because
Okay.
everybody's going to ask me. People starting to ask me now, and it's just easier instead of going on top
Mm.
of my head of like what I've done. It's just like to write things down, and then I can make it and put it on the website, and then people can download it for themselves, and then go from there.
Word. And then eventually you get some foot traffic and
Hmm.
get some sponsors. And then as you build, you're getting paid to do what you love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you need
Yeah, man.
multiple
That's
streams of income. Too.
There you go. There you go. Word. Bro, if you need a lawyer, holla at your boy. you know?
Yeah,
So yeah, man. So I think the podcast started already, right? This is the podcast
pretty
itself.
much. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. I could cut it in. Usually, I would ask the person what would the origin story be, but I could ask you right now.
My origin story.
Yeah, that would be like the first question, and then we get into the discussion. But we've been talking for like an hour, so
Yeah,
I could
this is
cut
more
in.
organic. This is like
Yeah,
more organic, on the flow, no script. We free.
yeah.
My origin story. Okay. How do people? I should not fuck what other people do. I'm gonna let you know what I do. So my origin story. I'm gonna keep it simple but precise.
Hmm.
I came into this country due to a lottery. In my country in my country there's like a lotto of millions of people,
Hmm.
and I believe one or two families or one family is chosen, and they're granted uh, travel visa, I believe, a
Yeah.
travel visa. Yeah. So when I was young, I was like 1 year old. My dad, he applied because my mom told him to get off the couch, and he did. We won. We came here. I learned English from
Hmm.
watching from watching Simpsons and Dragon Ball Z when
Yeah.
I was like 3 years old. I swear to God, it was on Channel 22, Cartoon Network. I
Yeah.
remember that was Dragon Ball Z, bro. Ed, and Eddie, and a bunch of
My
other shit.
childhood right there.
Yeah, they don't make cartoons the same no more. But yeah. So that's part one. Chapter two was
Hmm.
high school, trying to figure out myself what I liked. My family, their Habibi ass wanted me to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta get a 90, you gotta get 100 on every exam. You gotta become a doctor. Gotta be number one and all that.
Yeah.
And sophomore year of high school, sophomore junior year, I came to
Hmm.
an epiphany where I ain't gonna be no doctor,
Yeah.
you know? And when I was 19, 18, I mean, 18, 19, I was arrested
Hmm.
for smoking weed in Central Park. I was like smoking a J in Central Park with three of my homies. And we were arrested. It was like, I don't know, we stayed like a night in bookings. I was 19, bro. And at that point, I realized there was a flaw in the game.
Hmm.
There was something wrong because with weed, I ain't doing nothing wrong, bro. I'm just, happy, hungry, sleepy. I
Hmm.
ain't bothering nobody. Me and my friends are just enjoying nature and shit. But these cops got to fill their quota on some stigma of anti ganja. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
So after that point, about 6, 7 years ago, I was like, you know what? There's a flaw in this game. I gotta learn the rules.
Hmm.
And throughout high school and college, I would always connect people with what they needed, legal and illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So given those two ideas, this hatred towards the system And this entity, I mean, this energy of mine that connects people with what they need: shoes, cars, um, a watch, whatever. I'm selling and flipping whatever I can get my hands on, you know. And I combine those two ideas: this hate of the league of the game, and this philanthropic hustling mentality towards becoming a lawyer. Like, I want to protect people from getting screwed, but also I want to connect them with what they want. Let's say you want to buy a house, or let's say you want to get something, but there's fine print behind it, or somebody's trying to screw you over. I'll connect you to what you need and protect you at the same time from other people trying to get to your pockets or hurt you. You know, so that's the pieces and energy that put my puzzle together.
Nice.
That's my origin story.
So it'd be like a book.
Oh. What happened?
So what kind of medium would it be? Like a book, like a movie, video game?
Oh nah, bro. I'm gonna once I get my law degree, I'm gonna I'm gonna have to work for somebody who has a practice, and then from there I'm gonna have a niche of law. It has to be a specific entity of law. So I'm thinking of focusing on litigation and contracts, because they're both very broad and I can cover many topics. And once let's say I work for a firm that focuses on, let's say, company X wants to buy land in China or Italy or Spain or Africa or Argentina, you know, I would do my research on, let's say, the fine print, like the tariffs, how much I have to pay, what's, if I buy land in this country, what are the rules over there? Things that the buyer wouldn't necessarily know. I would have to contact legal jurisdictions and politicians over there and set up like paperwork and make sure my team doesn't get screwed over. So I wouldn't say I'm going to write a book or a video game. I would first work for a law firm, build knowledge and experience and capital. From there, eventually make my own LLC, my own firm, my own company. And then at that point, it's going to be like 5 to 10 years from now. At that point, I'll have capital to buy a location, set up an LLC, and have investments on the side, like apartment buildings or intellectual stuff. And then from there, after I'm done building my legacy, eventually, maybe not when I'm done, but throughout the progress of the path, I could have podcasts like this with you, and be like, hey, this is what I did. I know many people share the same struggles that I did. They were lost, or they just didn't know what they wanted, which is normal.
Yeah.
And just help people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like helping people. So that's like when it comes to like tutoring or like mentoring. Like a lot of people keep like hiring me for jobs like that, but then I'm also good at creativity and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to figure out what's that balance.
Yeah, and the beauty of your podcast and the energy and theme of your podcast, you're not limited. It's not like you're just going to talk about math or science only. It's broad. You can go anywhere you want. And that's like the beauty and openness about it.
That's why I wanted to be like that, but like I knew that it's going to be harder to grow because it's not a central topic. So when each time a new person comes in for like a specific episode, and if the episode is not like the next one is not like the same thing, then they most likely not gonna come back. But it gives
who's not gonna come back?
Like let's say like hypothetically, like let's say like Sam comes in for like an anime episode, and then they see like they watch that one, but then the next episode is about like politics. So when they come back, they might be only into like anime stuff when they go to the politics and when they click on that episode. That's why it's harder to grow, because it's not like a central topic, but it's limited if you do a central topic. So that was my brain was like, which one's worth better, more?
Yeah, it's like a double-ended sword. Which one do you want to choose?
Yeah.
So it's like hello? Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, which?
I mean, if I were you, bro, I mean, it's cool. Everybody's gonna have things that they like and that they don't like.
Yeah.
But this is not their podcast. This is your podcast.
Yeah.
So fuck that, bro. You talk about whatever the fuck you want, whatever you find interesting, whatever you find genuinely helpful to you and others.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a viewer, if my mind is so limited that's like, oh, he's only talking about this once and this and another thing another time, oh, I don't want to listen to him. That just shows to me that I'm stubborn. I
Yeah.
only want things my way. If it doesn't work any other way, I'm not gonna, compromise. So you don't want viewers like that on your fucking podcast anyway.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I'm
then,
saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
in order to grow, if you wanna grow, like, you're just gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna eat cheeseburgers all day for the rest of my life. If you don't have a cheeseburger, I don't like you.
Yeah. But even that, I just
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I just told General, it's like it was better for me because like, I could talk to anybody who I want, and it's easy to find guests at that point because anybody could be on it.
Yeah, that too. Word.
And then keep popping up in different countries. I'm just like, who are these people?
What do you mean?
Because I have views in the Netherlands, UK, Switzerland, South Africa, Cyprus, United Arab Emirates, Vietnam, Spain, Brazil.
Okay. So you got a diverse fan base.
Yeah, it just random pop-ups.
Are these are viewers or subscribers?
They're download. So for a specific episode, they download.
Solid. Okay. So that shows you that you're a diverse fan base, bro. Like, you're not just a vanilla guy. You like strawberry and chocolate too.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's good. Shit, Netherlands and Cyprus. Shit. Yeah, bro. Like, yo, just for each different episode, you should have a very, very hook, like like a headline that grabs you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get that grabber so I could click on the link.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna realize to myself if I want to continue watching or listening to your podcast within like a minute of your podcast, you know? And that first minute could be like my origin story or that question, what happens once a year but twice a week, or stuff like, oh, y'all peep Trump's hairline or some shit, you know? Like something, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
You know? And that shit sells. And I understand at this point in the beginning of your brand, you want to expand. So keep your integrity, but also be like, like popping.
Yeah. So I'm just doing this, and I'm just doing it myself right now. So when I figure out all like most of the kinks, I could just build a team, and then like I have things in place, and then when but they could also redefine it if they found something that's better. Then I'll be like, okay, cool, let's try that. But I don't
What do you
want
mean? Like, what do you mean build a team? Like, build a team of what?
like
does
just
what?
like different things. Like some people work on their audio, some people work on like their video, some people work on like the promotions, social media, and stuff like that. Just do different entities. So I'm not doing everything because that's a lot of work.
Word.
And then right now, I'm just trying to figure out what the workflow is, and then anything that comes up, I could just like figure out the problems, and then I could just when I make a team, then I could just tell them what I've been doing, and then if they see anything that they can fix, then I'll be all ears.
Word, man. Shit.
And then if you build a team, go ahead.
Yeah, continue. If you build a team, then what?
If you build a team, then you're able to focus on one thing, and then you're able to put all your effort into it and not split yourself in pieces, and then that one thing becomes better, and then everybody doing that one thing, then you have a bunch of like a Voltron of all the different pieces that are all great to come together to make a better product. Right.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I believe in you, son. You got this.
Yeah.
When was your first? Excuse me. When was your first podcast? Like, how long ago?
I recorded it in December, but I released it January 25th, something like that.
This year, right?
Yeah, the week of Kobe died.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that was like the weekend.
Damn, yo, shit.
Yeah, because I had it planned already then, and I was like, because I built the schedule of 10 episodes a season, and then 2 months in between each season. And then I was like, I just do it every Wednesday. Cause I knew, cause I originally was gonna do it weekly, but then I was like, that's stupid because I'm one person and I'm gonna burn out. And I'm not gonna be able to keep up.
Right.
So I was like,
But
let me
yeah,
so we just pre-record and just do 30 episodes a year. Keep it nice and simple. So right now, just scheduling as I go.
Word, bro. Like, yo, Kobe's death.
Yeah.
Like, that was so long ago, but also not that long ago.
It was only like a couple, not that many months. Like,
Nah, not even. Like, what, 2 months, almost 3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. You know what's crazy? I forgot about it. I'm gonna be real with you. I forgot about it. I didn't even, until you brought it up right now.
Yeah.
Like, I even forgot Kobe died.
He's not, you just not, you don't expect it. You just like, he was like 40. He was like, he gonna live forever.
Word. And he was Kobe, like, shit. With everything going on, too, the cycle of information that going through the public's mind is so fast. Different headline after headline after headline.
Yeah.
Plus, making sure you survive and you don't die outside. You forget about information such as Kobe, one of the GOATs, fucking dying.
And
You
I
know
was
what I'm
like,
saying?
yeah, because I was supposed to play like a clip and stuff like that. Then I was like, I can't do anything right now. I'm too sad. Let me just.
Yo, we played ball together a couple times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, word. I remember that. I'm
We're good
gonna miss Brooks basketball court. They had the best gym in all of the communities in New York City.
Yeah.
I think what's his face? The Portland Trailblazers went there. Boston Celtics went there. Miami Heat went there. No, Miami didn't go there.
The Lakers are there.
Lakers were there. I think Timberwolves were there once. Yeah, once. And who else? I think those were the four players the four teams that I saw at that court.
Recently, not recently, but like when school was still in session, Utah Jazz was there.
Oh, word? How when? Like while we went?
Nah, well, now after when I was working, so as soon as I knew, it was like it was holding the door for them to get out the gym.
Who'd you see?
Nah, I didn't see it. Nah, I just seen the video of them. It was Gobert. I was like, oh my god.
Word. Speaking about Gobert, him and Donovan, they got beef. They're the only two that got the coronavirus on the team. Rudy got it first.
Yeah.
And then Donovan got it. And Donovan and them afterwards, they did not like each other. And I don't know if they got traded or not. Did they get traded?
Nah, I don't hear anything about that. I think I just heard about them not liking each other, and then it just kind of died down.
Word. Well, maybe they worked it out then. I guess. I don't know. I hope everything works out. Yo, bro, like, I was good with this coronavirus. I was happy. I was all right. You know, it takes a lot to fucking get to me. But you know when it got to me? After two things. Fucking the NBA closed.
Yeah, that was definitely.
No more fucking basketball games. Second thing was all like my rec center. That's like 5 minutes from my crib.
Yeah.
My gym, like where I play ball, where I go swimming and working out. Both of them closed. After that, I was just like, damn, this shit is serious.
He's like, well, we start losing money. He was like, oh, this is real.
Oh no, I mean,
not you, but I talk about like businesses.
Oh yeah. Word. But for middle class homies like us, you know, that basketball and gym was important to me, bro. That's like where I loosen up my steam, where I have fun with the homies.
Yeah.
And just basketball, bro. I fucking love basketball.
Yeah, I like the physical part of basketball in the competition.
What happened?
I like the physical, like, competition part of basketball.
Oh, yeah, word. I just love the fact that, all right, so the reason why I played basketball is because when I went to middle school, when I was 10 years old, I went to like a hood middle school, right? And I was like a chubby fucking 4'10" nerd. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I didn't know what titties were, what anything was. I just knew Pokemon and fucking Game Boy and PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I go to this hood middle school, you know, and I'm trying to fit in,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, I don't want to get picked on. I don't want to sound too smart or do anything stupid. What is one thing that I should do? During a gym class, I picked up a basketball and said, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Started just doing like underhand throws. I didn't even know how to shoot regularly. My first shot was the underhand. I would just like do a bucket shot, and then that
Yeah.
slowly developed into like a fugazi ass slingshot. And then eventually I learned the form, started watching basketball, and I made it to I was like a rookie on the basketball team, became the most improved player, and just fell in love with the fucking game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta have a bad day,
Yeah.
You just go to the court and just shoot.
Mm-hmm. I just had really started playing to high school because, as everybody talked about, and then we kind of did that in gym class a lot, where we had like not like tournaments where like everybody people were split into teams and we had to play each other. So
Right, right.
eventually, you kind of just learn the game as you play.
Mm.
I didn't really like basketball until for like a minute.
You didn't like it.
Nah, because I wasn't good at it. So,
Yeah,
because of negative connotation, I was like, basketball, I'm not good at it. I'm just gonna stick to everything else.
word. And then what made you eventually be like, yo, I'm gonna? Well, I mean, if you didn't like it, what made you continue?
Nah, because like for elementary, my mom tried to make me play it when I was younger, and
Yeah,
then I used to go to the park and play for fun. But like if I wanted to, like if it was like competition, I wasn't gonna do that. So
right.
then middle school, I didn't play that much except for gym. Never got picked. And then high school, I'm always tall. I was always tall, so that
I
wasn't a
was the
problem.
last pick too.
And then high school, just that I started
Word.
watching more and then like paying attention because of 2K and then started knowing the players and everything. And then when I got to Baruch, I had like more time, so I needed something to do in my free time. So I was like, let me go to the gym and
Word.
meet everybody else, and then started playing ball, and then it got competitive.
Word. Word, bro. Damn, it's playoff time right now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It was gonna be the first game of the playoffs like 2, 3 weeks ago. Right now, we're like in the semifinals. We should be. Oh man,
LeBron was gonna get his fourth ring for Kobe.
LeBron was gonna get his fourth ring. Yeah, yeah, man. You know what's crazy? Like after Kobe's death, something clicked in that locker room. Because
Yeah.
after that, you realize how nice the fucking Lakers were playing.
They were beating the Celtics.
Everybody,
Yeah. They was
yeah,
beating
because
the
everybody
Clippers.
in the beginning, they were like when the first, I think, Lakers and Clippers
Yeah.
played. In like the first week, Clippers spanked them
Yeah.
by like 15. And I remember reading headlines. We got a new king of the West, of LA
Yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah.
And they were like, it was Kawhi, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then after Kobe died, this was like roughly January-ish when your podcast came out, I think.
Yeah.
And they started going on a brolic ass win streak. They won like 10 games, lost one, or
Mm-hmm.
20 games, lost three. Like they were on fucking fire.
It was
I
just
believe it would have been Lakers or the winner, Lakers versus the winner of Houston versus no, not even Golden State.
Golden State wasn't making any sense.
No. It was gonna be Lakers versus maybe Houston or Denver. Nah, it's probably gonna be Lakers. Lakers versus I think Milwaukee.
Yeah, that was my prediction too.
I think it was gonna be King versus King, East versus West, and Lakers would win because of experience and depth.
Yeah, and LeBron was like, I'm not gonna lose.
And LeBron was he had that fire of like Kobe, like, yo, shit, Mamba mentality, bro.
And not even just Kobe, like
Like
all
they
those
were on fire.
families.
They were beating and locking down top. Yeah, yeah, all the family too. Word.
Yeah,
Like
you had to get those
those
families.
it was like 8 people besides Kobe and his daughter that passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shit, bro.
just be those decisions sometimes.
So you have
Like
any plans for the next couple months?
next couple of months, me
Yeah.
just do the finishing touches on the website. So when I then I could just focus on transcripts because YouTube they have subtitles, but
Oh, okay.
they're like time codes, and they sometimes miss things because of audio, and nothing's perfect. So right now, after I do the website, I'm gonna just fix that.
That's gonna be like that's detailed.
Yeah,
More, so you gotta like be meticulous and focused on that.
yeah.
Yeah, but eventually you're gonna have a team that's gonna do that for you. So
yeah,
you'll be alright. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Let me show you. I'm gonna show you right now. Like where is it? Right here.
Episode 20. Okay.
So right now, I've been doing that, and then YouTube have like the time codes, but it isn't just like this. So right now, I'm listening to each episode, and then pinning to.
Oh damn! You gotta dictate everybody's fucking words. Shit.
And this is the first episode with 5 of us, so.
Damn. That's fucking detailed, bro. That's
Yeah.
like hours of work per episode.
Yeah. But it's all for that SEO, that search engine optimization.
Oh yeah, facts, definitely. You're gonna have a more of a base of viewers.
Yeah.
You know?
And then Google could find it easier and then promote it to more people.
More just eventually you're gonna hire Ling Ling and have her do it.
Yep.
No. But for now we gotta do the hard work.
Yeah, because it costs money to have somebody else do it, and I don't have the kind of cash.
Yeah, telling me, bro.
And then after that, just finish Spider-Man, and then kind of see what the job market looking like, and then speak to certain people about what should I do as a job. Should I do more like stuff like this, or should I do more like teaching?
Be a recovery, bro. It's gonna be a good, like, even after they open up, it's gonna be a good like 3 months before things get even to the realm of being normal.
Yeah.
You think the job market for not like peasantry jobs, but you think the job market for like careers, especially for postgraduates, is gonna be saturated, or is gonna be open and like fluid for people like us?
It's gonna be specific things. But give me 1 second.
All right.
Gotta do something. Okay, for like the job market, I'm not even sure, but I think certain jobs are going to change, and certain jobs are not going to exist anymore, and certain new jobs will be created.
Okay. What kind of jobs do you think are going to be created?
I think a lot more online jobs, programming jobs will be created. Because remember when Travis Scott had that online concert?
Who had the online concert?
Travis Scott on Fortnite.
Oh, word, that was creative.
Yeah,
word.
That's gonna catch on.
Word.
Because it's low cost, and it's on things they found a way to access a video game that a lot of people are using. So like the more tech jobs are definitely being open. Medical, I think, yeah, because they kind of realize, like, even though it's like a shortage, but like more people are gonna try to do it for like their own personal reasons. Like, I want to be there the next time a pandemic happens.
Word.
And then like more people got hire for like just in case.
They definitely, well, logically they should. They're definitely gonna implement some kind of fail-safe in play. They should have had a fail-safe in play even before this shit sprung up in December. You know, because yo, bro, your job, like Fauci's job that he gets paid millions and millions for, is to prepare the country for epidemics. Not just inform them, but prepare them. Yeah, it's like saying, okay, a storm is coming, right? We might not know if it's a blizzard, if it's gonna be a hurricane, a sandstorm, or something completely fucking new. But even if we know something bad is coming, we know how to go downstairs to our basement and like lock the windows, put wood on the windows and shit like that to make sure we don't die.
Yeah.
We don't know what kind of fucking shit it is, but we know we can prepare for it at least. You know what I'm saying? Like a fail-safe. Like
Yeah.
that protocol has to be fucking developed like a motherfucker. I don't know who's paying these bums on these fucking positions in the office, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Our country is a fucking joke.
Yeah, and what happened is with like vaccines and stuff for like diseases like SARS or like Ebola and stuff like that, they get a lot of funding in the beginning because everybody's panicking and everybody's like, let's stop this. But once things start to level out and it's not all people's mind anymore, then they take away the funding away, and then we kind of left with like it's still around, but we don't have like the research. They said if we had research for SARS and we found a vaccine, we could have like modified it and then have even faster track than we are right now for the COVID vaccine.
Mm.
So that's
So what do you think they should have done? What do you think they should have done differently, though? Like, what would you have done differently? I know it's a fantasy when we have everything in play, but let's say it's December and you're Dr. Fauci or something that's supposed to protect us from dying. So
definitely
what would you do?
Definitely took it more seriously and not have wait until like March and let because like the one person Joe Rogan's podcast, he was a doctor who deals with similar situations, and he was like, it's better to let people know that things are going to happen instead of having it like come out of nowhere. Like when like it was like that 1 week in March, everything was cool, and then for like in 2 weeks, everything just closed down and everything just like had like a switch. And I think that's too fast and too jarring for most people. So if you give people time, like a timeline of like, okay, this is going on right now, and the best thing to do is to do this, this, and this, and then we can just slowly ease people in to make sure that it's not like just like a dramatic switch and then everything's off and nobody knows like what to do.
Right. Okay. It's like putting a girl in somebody's butt without. I mean, putting a thumb in somebody's butt in a girl's butt without letting them know.
Yeah.
It's too fast. You gotta give them steps, right?
Yeah, you gotta warm up because
don't cite that. Let me title of my book. No, but yeah, continue. I agree. We gotta give them steps. I agree.
Because like CUNY just closed, and then they took a week off. Like, all right, cool, we're gonna figure out what to do, because they was arguing among themselves to like, should we close or not close? Until the governor was like, yo, we're gonna close. And then after that, they had to end again because like, even though we go into a digital age, a lot of people are being left behind because of access to technology and stuff like that. And
right, I read that. I read that in class. But I think it's called the digital divide.
Yeah.
Like third world countries, they don't really have smartphones or access to internet or shit like that. You know. But yeah, continue.
So with that, because they had to stop again because they had to give people access to computers because there's no libraries now. Then not everybody has a computer, or not everybody have their own personal computer or laptop, stuff like that. So they had to stop again. So we had to kind of also figure out how we're gonna implement that and give people access to stuff like that. And then with the thing with the ventilators, they found like a whole shortage with the ventilators, and then you kind of need time.
Yeah.
So like
they had a shortness on that too.
And then you have like people like Elon Musk, like car companies trying to make it and everything. So you kind of just like, you have to use the past as an example, and then you also kind of have to just give yourself time. Like even though it's not extreme right now, let's just be prepared just in case, and let's avoid the extreme if we can at all costs.
Word. And I don't even think Elon Musk is even doing anything, to be honest. He's just trying to grab a spotlight of attention. Because he said he was going to donate something or whatever for this thing. And then remember when those little like Thai kids were stuck in that cave or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he this was like I think this was last year or something. He said something about how he's gonna donate um uh, um um he was gonna donate like inventory and supplies to help save
Yeah.
them something, and he never did that.
It's like something he was making
Oh,
for
he was
the.
making, yeah,
He was making
word.
something just like a travel inside.
Yeah, but he never did that. So it was like a little spotlight PR grab,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But yeah, they have to prep for it and set up a protocol. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have a set up protocol for it. They just
Mm-hmm.
didn't implement it fast enough. They just said, "Fuck it, this is nothing. This is regular code." I mean, regular code.
Yeah, because they kept, and they also
Oh,
kept.
so
It was like, this is just a cold. This is just like a flu-like symptoms, and then each time it's like it gets worse and worse. And you're just like, okay,
yeah, yeah, man. Word, bro. Like, fuck all that. And now another thing that bothers me is that I mean, people they passed the stimulus check,
mm-hmm.
but it took them fucking weeks and weeks to debate over it. When it's logical, if you're lower and middle class,
Mm-hmm.
can't work and sick, and are sick, and they can't work,
Mm-hmm.
they're the ones that make money for the upper class.
Yeah,
So if the lower chain is broken,
mm-hmm.
no water goes up top. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So it could cause a big ass fucking crash like what they did in the depression in 28. You know, so I
yeah.
believe we gotta sacrifice greed for logic
Mm-hmm.
in this case. You know?
It's not even just that. They're not. I think most people agree on the 1200 is more like the other things inside the bill that I was arguing.
Like what? Like corporate bailouts?
Yeah, corporate bailouts and like not enough safety nets for the working class. That's what they're arguing. It's
Right.
not like most people that here, yeah, give them 100, but most of them is like let's they a lot of times the bill be one thing, but they sneak in a lot of other things inside
Yeah,
the
oh
bill.
definitely, definitely, bro. It's called addendums in fine print.
Yeah, so that's what it.
That's exactly why I'm studying fucking law as a game. Like I said, litigation and contracts. And people will always try to slip some shit on you.
Yeah.
Know? Like let's say you have a merger on intellectual property. Somebody could be like, hey, if you're sick and absent for 10 days, I have the legal right to take over the company
Mm-hmm.
and, do some snake shit like that.
Yeah.
And if it's like a 30-page contract, and it's one line that says that, if somebody doesn't read it, your lawyer doesn't read it, or you don't read it, and you sign that, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know, that's that's another reason why that's gonna be my part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure nobody gets screwed over, especially me and my team.
Of course. Gotta look out for your peoples.
Yeah, man. Yeah, right. Yo, on a lighter note, what'd you eat today?
Had some ribs, then some chicken. No, it's chicken. Ribs, rice, corn.
Yeah, Mama Duke's made it.
Yeah. I
Oh, you're
woke.
blessed. You got an OG chef in the crib.
I'm getting tired of home cooked meals at this point.
What? So I read this online. It's like
Mm-hmm.
a survey. Let's say coronavirus shit ended and everything opened up tomorrow. What is like the top 5 things you're gonna do right now? I mean, tomorrow.
If everything opened up, stay
Like
home.
food wise and events wise,
Oh,
location wise.
I'm not going out. I'm not going outside the first wave. I'm going out the second wave. I'm like, just in
No, I'm
case.
saying
Yeah.
forget the waves. Forget there's no wave. Just think it's
Like
clean.
everything's good.
Um,
Perfect life. Perfect world.
Everything's good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
First
What would
thing,
you get and what would you do and where would you go?
probably get some food. Probably gotta see the homies and get some food with them.
I gotta turn my phone. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Shit's about to die. 30 seconds. Word. All right.
Just hang out. Just like, yo, homies, what we
Yeah.
doing?
So yeah, continue.
So just hang out with the homies first. And we like first eat with them. Just like physical contact with people who aren't related to me.
Okay.
First thing.
You heard?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be your first thing to do. You would want to talk to people and interact with them.
Yeah.
What's second? Let's say like what food would you get?
I don't know. Probably like Sophie, some Cuban food. Haven't had that
Cuban
in
food?
yeah. People saying that I eat at home, but like
I had when I went to what happened?
no, I'm just saying same thing
What
I
do you
eat
mean?
at home. Like Cuban food, black people food, same difference. Like the food my mom makes, Cuban food, same difference.
Wait, what part of where you from? Where's your mom's from?
Everybody my family from America. My grandmother from South Carolina, great grandmother from South Carolina. So, that slave ship.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. When I went to Miami last August, I went to a Cuban restaurant. It was yo, y'all food ain't that bad, bro. I mean, it's like Spanish food. Spanish food.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference between Spanish and black food?
Just probably some seasonings and then the name, like
Yeah, both y'all got baked rice. You guys got
yeah,
beans. You guys got some form of chicken and protein. You
yeah.
know,
It's very similar.
I don't think is there a Spanish version of chitlins?
Not to my knowledge.
Word. So it might be some kind of like variation, but it's
Hmm.
much the same, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually never thought about that. Interesting. Cool.
Other than that,
So
just
you would go to Sophie's, you would go to Cubans, you gotta get some Cuban
yeah,
food.
yeah.
That's it, nothing special. I mean, isn't that what you eat at home?
I mean, it's made differently. It's like it's the same stuff, but like it's made differently.
Where is Sophie's?
There's one in Manhattan. There's one near Baruch. Right next to McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know where that is. Okay, I think there's yeah, it's like near the park, Madison Square Park. No,
yeah,
Madison Square Park, right?
yeah,
Like there's a McDonald's, there's that strip that goes up to the
yeah,
N train, W train,
yeah,
and there's like a burger spot right there, Snippers or some shit.
yeah. No, Shake Shack.
Or
No, Snippers is on before the block before the park.
where would I go? Um, I mean, bro, like since I've been in the crib, I'm learning how to cook like different dishes. Like the
Yeah.
other day, I made a chicken parm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, last week I made like a ground ground turkey burger,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just trying to learn how to cook better and better because I can't cook for shit.
Like I know how to cook enough to survive. Like whatever my mom does, I know how to cook that.
Well, yeah, I can make eggs, you know. What's the what's it called? Favorite dish that your mom makes?
I don't know. Like, you can just eat whatever she cooks, and it was like, alright, cool. I don't really have a favorite. It's like it's cooking nice.
Hmm, okay.
Cause she
What's
does
the name of it?
I don't know. She usually doesn't cook, so
Not even for your birthday though, like a special day.
it depends. If I ask her, then she do it for my birthday. But if like things are normal, she usually doesn't cook,
Hmm,
and I come home late and I'm gonna get something to eat real quick. Unless she cooked and she felt like like cool, something quick to eat.
okay,
You,
okay. I
you,
got you.
yeah.
Where would I go, bro? I haven't been home in a long while. I miss Egyptian food. I miss Indian food. I honestly I don't miss Chinese food. I'm pretty sure there's reasons to that because of the news. But uh oh, the other day I made fucking quesadillas.
Hmm.
I made a bomb ass quesadilla with like guacamole and shredded chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Or so yeah, fam. How we've been on this for like what, 2 hours?
Yeah.
Word. Is this one of your longer ones?
Yeah.
Word. You know, I'm all about trying to help you. You know, let's gather podcast. You know,
Word of it.
You're probably gonna decide later on the headline, right?
Yeah.
Remember, make it catchy and make sure you grab the hook.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I wonder what my brand should be. Hey yo, nah, nah, I don't even know. But yeah, man. I mean, yo,
Mm-hmm.
give me one sec.
Yeah.
All right, my grandma just messaged me.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma has a fucking cell phone now. It's hilarious. She's not even, she's like overseas right now. She just texted me saying, "Hey, it's your grandma. What's up?"
Like, I
And then
have your
like,
number saved.
word, fam. So Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, it was a pleasure.
It
You
was a
know,
pleasure. All
two
right, cool.
hours of amazing, you know, informative,
Yeah. So
yeah, you know, laid back conversation. ¿Qué pasó? What happened?
before you go, the last thing I always ask is, what would you name your origin story?
What would I name my origin story?
Yeah.
My origin story. It has to be gangster, but classy. Like Gandalf with Tim's. But Gandalf is old, so I don't want to be Gandalf. Even though Gandalf is a G. My origin story. Give me a little bit. Hold on. This is like the title of my book of my life. You know, I don't want it to be something cheesy like Epiphany. That's like the name of a stripper. I'm gonna get that tatted on my nipple. Epiphany. Hold on. Third eye green. No. My origin story. Cycles of growth. Hold on. It's up. It has to do something with purity, with growth, life, and its adventures. Water.
Water.
Yeah.
Nice. Like
Word.
Bruce Lee said, you'd be like water.
Yeah, word. Just like what Bruce Lee said, be like water. Stagnant water is unhealthy water. Moving water is healthy water. Clear water is pure. I mean, pure, whatever. There's that much shit. That fucks with the concept of water because it isn't everything. It aids in growth, and it is pure. Yeah, that would be the name of my origin, water.
Nice. All right,
Did anybody else pick that?
Nah.
Bet. I copyright LLC TM that shit.
All right, bro. Let you go.
Yeah, man. Water. Yeah, yo, just keep me updated. Let me know on the progress on your project, your brand. If
Yeah.
you ever need help with anything legally, you
Mm-hmm.
know, if you have another episode you want me to do,
Yeah.
and just keep me updated. Just keep me updated on your fucking project, bro.
Thanks, bro. Just
I want your podcast to grow. I want you to grow.
yeah, me too. Cause this every 5 seconds is something I had to fix.
Yeah,
Cause like,
but no,
cause I use my
you'll be
phone
all
to
right.
I use my phone to record, but it records for like every 32 minutes and then it starts again. But
Uh-huh.
at a small window of
Okay.
time, there's a gap between the recorder I use and the phone. So I'm just like, great.
Right. You miss like what, like 5 seconds or 3 seconds
Yeah, a video.
of like, right. But
So
yeah, I
just
mean,
stuff like that.
if that's the case, you might need another recorder just to click as soon as one shuts down in 32 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's why my second phone to record. Is that sometimes it doesn't automatically record, so sometimes I don't remember to record it, but I've been getting
Word,
around with it. Just stuff like that.
word. You'll
Stuff
be
like
all right.
yeah.
Yeah, just little baby hiccups and part of the game. That's how it is in every idea, marketing, law, management.
Yeah.
Some hiccups you gotta deal with. You'll be all right.
All right.
You know,
Thanks, bro.
fam, stay up. I wish
You too.
you and your family the best. Stay clean,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully, after this is all over, we out to Sophie's. Get some barbecue ribs.
All
All
right,
right, bro.
bro. See ya.
Take it easy, okay? I'll see you
You
later.
too. See ya.
That brings another episode of the Last Guy Podcast to a close. I want to thank my friend Water for coming on the podcast. For next week, my mother is making a return to talk about how she's dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic and what's her future plans. I hope you continue to have a nice day, and I hope to see you there.